Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're gonna be playing some more Harvestella. I don't know why YouTube does that sometimes, where the audio will just like automatically go back up. If there's like an equalizer or something that's doing that, I really don't know. But boy, I hate it. I wish it would stop. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Oh, I forgot to turn the, there you go. Oh, it's a lot easier to come back and say hi to YouTube because I've been posting on YouTube basically every day, so. Y'all really haven't missed me except for the streams last week, so. Quick update. For folks that don't know who are not in the Discord, I injured my shoulder last week sometime. It's still pretty uncomfortable. I got some muscle relaxants and some physical therapy on the books to try to get it fixed up. Nothing super serious as of right now, so hopefully it stays that way. But unfortunately, my first physical therapy appointment isn't for 3 weeks, so just gonna have to sit back and wait for now, and hopefully it doesn't get worse. But in the meantime, things will be a little bit shorter, just so I don't like make it worse, right? Just sitting in my computer chair for a long period of time doesn't help the matter at all. So we'll do what we can. But today we're going to be playing some more Harvestella. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Persona 5 The Phantom X. We're going to be doing some of the high score challenges. I'm going to do some of the mementos, just so we can get through some of the memento stuff. I might finish the third palace too, depending on how long it is. We'll see. But yeah, that's the game plan for this weekend. Next weekend, assuming that hopefully I'm starting to feel a little bit better, next weekend we'll look to start Dispatch on Saturdays, because that's a game that I want to give a shot and we have access to. So I did watch the Resident Evil showcase yesterday. Not gonna have a reaction video up because I didn't stream it. I did do a post on the community board for y'all to take a peek at for my total thoughts, but the basic TLDR is that, you know, it seems fun. Game does. I'm definitely more interested in playing it today than I was 2 months ago, so that's something at least. And God willing, like Capcom, I really hope learned their lesson from this. They really need to show gameplay like earlier than they did. I understand that they were trying to keep the Leon thing under wraps, which was probably the worst kept secret in video games, if I could be totally honest with you. And again, shout out to the people who try to do the leaks, by the way, or actually successfully do leaks, because you really do ruin it for everybody, honestly. Like, that should have been that at the Game Awards. That should have been a real hype moment, and instead it was just like a deflating one, because like everyone has already said that. You know what I mean? It's already been like said repeatedly over and over again. And this time, I think it was probably Sony's fault for releasing that. I don't remember what region it was in, but for releasing the contents of the digital deluxe edition early. Kind of gave it away. But yeah, it's just frustrating, man. I don't understand why people I don't understand why people try to come in and spoil video games. I don't understand why people try to come in and spoil like upcoming games with leaks, right? Like, just let people enjoy the fucking media that they have and enjoy the game. You know what I mean? It just drives me nuts. But anyway, back on topic. The showcase itself was fine. I think that they had a little bit too many product placements for me. Like, I understand, you know, you got to partner with Porsche, you got to partner with Hamilton. Those are two really big sponsors, and like I can appreciate that they're like probably part of the reason why this game exists. But at the same time, like, have that be its own video. Like, most of the people that are watching that showcase are probably gonna go watch that anyway. You know what I mean? Having paid product placements in your Resident Evil in your game showcase is a little weird. Especially because it was only 12 minutes long, like, and 5 of it was talking about Porsche and Hamilton watches that like 99% of the viewers are never gonna own, or like, you know what I mean, ever. Like, and forget the special collaboration watch that they're doing. They're never gonna own a Hamilton watch in their lifetime, more than likely. Like 99.9% of the people that play Resident Evil will never own any of those products. It's just a strange choice. Other than that, though, like I said, it seems like it's gonna be a fun game. Obviously, I can't really afford it right now, but if we do end up getting a copy of the game, we'll look to stream it on. Well, we'll look to do YouTube videos for it. So for the folks that watch the Resident Evil 4 remake series, that'll be something like that. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. We've got our VOD scheduled. That we have a new recorded video going live today. It's a Split Fiction episode. It goes live at 4 p.m. Eastern. So just after our stream today, about 3 hours. And we'll have a new video of recorded content releasing every week. Hopefully throughout the entire year is the goal. Is to have a one video releasing every single week. If you're a YouTube member, which is $2.99 a month, you get early access to all those videos as they're completed. So that means once I've got it recorded and edited and uploaded to YouTube, you'll have access to it early. That may be 2 days, that may be 2 months. It depends on how ahead I am on recording. Right now, if you are a YouTube member, you have access to 5 videos, including the one that's releasing today. So you're more than welcome to check those out. You got 3 Split Fiction videos and 2 Expedition 33 videos. Gonna do some more Expedition 33 recording and potentially Split Fiction recording this weekend. Again, I'm trying to keep it easy on my shoulder, so I'm not gonna like overdo it, but we'll try to get as much done as we can. And yeah, if we do end up getting Resident Evil Requiem, there is a chance that February's live streams will be Resident Evil related. I might do like a all Leon marathon. We'll play like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 6 type thing. God, we're so uncomfortable. But yeah, so that's the game plan with the Resident Evil stuff. Like I said, I'm still not super sold on the game itself. I'm a little worried that the Leon gameplay is going to be so good that Grace's half of the game is going to be more of a how quickly can I get back to Leon section versus like an actual enjoyable part of the video game. I've got a little bit of optimism because I think that the crafting system can leave some room for Grace to actually have a reason to fight, which would be nice. But I don't know, man. I don't know. After seeing the 2 gameplays back to back and them showing it back to back, having it be like high octane and then slowing it down is like one of the major criticisms that I had about Village, right? Where like you finally started to get some power and you finally started to feel good about playing as Ethan in Village, and then the second Lord that you had to fight took away everything that you had. And it really messed with the pacing of the gameplay. I'm worried that they're going to run into that same exact problem again, because I don't believe that they've learned their lesson from that. I don't believe that this team is going to be able to like manage that well. And I hope I'm wrong, to be honest, but I am concerned that the pacing of that game is going to have a lot of issues. But we'll see. I'm just grateful that I have an opportunity to actually be excited about it, right? Because Resident Evil is one of my favorite games. I just didn't like 7 or 8. And this game was not shaping up to be something that I was going to be interested in either. But, you know, now that it is starting to look like a game I might enjoy, I am pretty excited to be able to jump back into it again. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Yep, I agree with you 100%, Larry. I completely agree with you. This is the thing that and I've harped on this a lot, and I know you guys have heard me bitch about this a lot, but like, I feel like the team that is working on Resident Evil for the last 3 games and Resident Evil 3 Remake, right? So go all the way back to Resident Evil 3 Remake, the 2 Revelations games, and maybe not even the Revelations games; those did a little bit better, but like the game that this team that is making these games right now has lost what survival horror means. Like, Resident Evil 7 was just a flat-out horror game. Like, that was just a horror game. There was no survival portion of it at all. Like, there were 2 fights in that entire game that are even memorable, and both of those fights are more just a gauge of how many bullets you have versus like an actual skill-based fight, which is annoying, right? And then Village did a lot better, and so it was more fun to play, but then there was no reason to replay the game, making it kind of bland, right? And it's this team that worked on Resident Evil 3 Remake and the team that worked on Resident Evil Village, there's a lot of similar pieces there, right? And so like they were telling me that Resident Evil 7 is a return to the like what Resident Evil was. The only reason that we were scared of the original 3 Resident Evil games is because we were children playing the games and we shouldn't have been playing them to begin with. Like, that's the truth of it. Is that as children, our minds were so overactive and so like imaginative that the anticipation fear, the fear of anticipating what's coming around the corner was so high for us, right? But like, there was nothing scary about those games outside of a few unique moments in all 3 of those games where like Nemesis would break through a wall and show up like somewhere you didn't expect, or Mr. X would break through a wall and show up you didn't expect. You know what I mean? Like, there were a couple of moments in the games, but that was mostly just to keep you on your toes, right? Like to like make the player uncomfortable, right? And get them back into that anticipation mode. Like, no, you no longer are safe, right? You thought you were safe because you found the shotgun. Oh, never mind, the ceiling's coming down, right? They were trying to keep the player on their toes. And I feel like they've kind of lost that balance along the way. And they just like went into what people are seeing in horror games nowadays with like the Amnesia and what's the other one? Outlast style gameplay, right? PT, right? Name it. And that's just not Resident Evil, right? It's not, at least that wasn't Resident Evil's identity, right? And I'm not the type of person to be like, wow, this isn't a fucking Resident Evil game. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It is a Resident Evil game because Capcom put Resident Evil on the title. It is what it is, right? But they just don't, I think, recognize what captured the audience back then. And there's no way to tell them that they're wrong, right? Because the games are selling, you know what I mean? And the reviews that are coming in are really good. So like, people like it, right? But for someone like me that really enjoyed like what made the original 3 very good, what made Code Veronica very good, and then also what made 4, 5, and 6 very good, right? Like, regardless of what the Resident Evil community thinks about 6 is still one of the best-selling games in the entirety of Capcom's catalog, right? So there's something that Capcom did correctly with that game. Otherwise, it would not have sold like it did, right? Like, so it's just to completely move away from the identity. It worked for them in their defense, right? Like, the remakes are working really well for them, and the remakes are a nice way to appease the people like me, right? That are looking for what Resident Evil was versus where they're trying to steer Resident Evil now. And for the people that really like horror games, I'm happy for them, man. Like, that's cool. But it just kind of sucks that, like, it's moving away from the direction where I really loved basically every single Resident Evil game that released, all the way up to 6. And then Revelations was fine. Revelations 2 was okay. And then 2 Remake. 2 Remake I liked a lot. And I think 4 Remake is much better than the original 2. I also don't dislike Resident Evil 3 Remake. I think that game gets a lot more hate than it deserves. If you've never played Resident Evil 3 OG, Resident Evil 3 Remake is a perfectly acceptable way to play that game. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis gets way too much glaze. Way too much glaze. People have like these rose-tinted glasses because it's one of the most fun speedruns to watch because of how much RNG is in that game. And it has more replayability because of how much RNG is in that game. But like, there are a lot of segments in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis that are very disjointed, that you don't even know which way is canon. You have to beat the game 9 times to get the full story. Like, miss me with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of things that Nemesis did not do well that I think Remake did a fine enough job recapturing. Do I think it's a perfect game? Absolutely not. Of course, I think it should have been better, right? Like, it was a solid 7 or 8 out of 10, though. It was fine, right? But yeah, that's my only concern. Like, because I think that it truly, if they made like a Resident Evil spin-off game that was like a stealth game, where like Grace's Combat, where you could like choose to fight and then you get rewards and you can craft more things to help you fight more, or you could like split off and do stealth and like. But like, from my perspective, watching the trailer yesterday, what's the reward for being stealthy outside of just not using your resources? You're not using your resources, but then you're also not getting resources to make more things, right? So like, I really don't know how they're going to balance that, honestly. And then to go from that to into Leon's gameplay, which is basically what Resident Evil 4 Remake was, but on steroids from the looks of it. I don't know. I worry that them trying to appease everybody means that they'll appease no one. But again, for the folks that are working on the game, this has kind of been their MO, right? The director and the producer, they've been working on these Resident Evil games for the last like 10-ish years. I mean, they've had some of the most divisive video games in the series. So we'll see. We'll see. I hope it's successful. I'm pretty interested to see how successful it will be. I can't imagine it fails, like from a commercial standpoint, right? I agree. Well, and this is the thing too, right? Like if you asked me today, like if I thought that concept of going from like a stealth portion where you were trying to sneak around and it's somebody who's not a combat vet that's just trying to like survive, and then it flips from that that plot and that gameplay style to another gameplay style that's very action oriented. You're playing somebody that's been doing this for 30 years at this point, like, and you get the combat and the weapons and the abilities to go along with that. If you had told me that it was being done by any studio that's not Capcom, I'd probably say it has a chance. Like any other studio, I think it probably has a chance. But I've seen Capcom try to do this like multiple gameplay style thing before, and it just hasn't worked in the past. So I'm skeptical, I think is the proper way to say it. I don't think that it's like doomed to fail, but skeptical I think is a fair analysis of how I'm feeling about the game right now. That said, I am still optimistic. Like there are things that they showed last night that I think make Grace's gameplay look interesting. And if getting the blood is as accessible as I think it's going to be, and she's able to get as many potential possibilities to like fight as I think she can based on what they showed, then it'll be fine. But if ultimately they try to like disparage or make fighting not beneficial to the player, I think that's gonna like drag the pacing down way too hard. Because I just simply do not trust them to do it properly. Yeah. Honestly, if she doesn't like do a cosplay of the in-game Grace and play Requiem on day one, I think she's really missing an opportunity there. I think that's low-hanging fruit that she should absolutely pick off the tree. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. You know, I'm not trying to be like a negative Nancy. I'm just trying to be realistic about this. Is like, I don't think any game that Capcom has released in the last 15 years has been anything super special. And so like, I worry that this is going to have some execution issues is my only concern about the game right now. Other than that though, like I said, I do think it's going to be a pretty good entry. I agree. Yeah. I think they showed a little bit too little. This is the kind of my point too, right? Where I said they're trying to appease everyone and then they're going to end up appeasing no one. I think they saw the concern amongst the community, like with the gameplay, the very little gameplay that they had shown so far. And they were just like, well, wait, you can play in third person though. And it's just like, yeah, do we really care about that though? Like, yeah, we don't really like the first person for the most part, but like, you know, is third person really going to change the perspective? Well, no, look, now here, look, there's Leon. And it's just like, yeah, cool. Like there's Leon, but you didn't really show anything, right? Like you just showed a little bit, like, yeah, Leon's there, but like, why do we care? And it's just like, oh, but wait, look, he's got execution style kills. It's just like, okay, all right. Like, the truth is that like, because of the way that they made the Resident Evil games over the last 30 years, there's no way for them to make everybody happy, right? And I think trying to make a game that is attempting to do that is probably not great. But if they execute Grace's part well, then maybe it'll be the best game in the franchise. Like that's actually where the ceiling is, right? So like that's why I'm trying not to be too disparaging, right? Because the truth is that if they execute Grace's portion well, and the stealth portion of the gameplay actually rewards the player in a meaningful way, meaning that like they can get like better rewards, or you know, they get like some kind of an achievement or something that helps like improve Grace's combat skills even when she's stealthing, right? Like she's able to like find more resources around by exploring every nook and cranny versus the resources that she's losing. And then Leon's gameplay is just Resident Evil 4 remake on steroids. Like if they manage to capture both of those very, very well, this game could be the best Resident Evil game ever made. It's a very, very ambitious idea. And that's why it leaves me concerned, because I've not seen that style of execution from the Capcom team in a long time. Like a long time. Outside of Resident Evil 2 remake, which I think they did a pretty bang up job. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure that's not the last time we'll see Requiem before the game releases. So yeah, I agree. There's a game the Dishonored, I think, is a good representation where like Dishonored, you could do like a full no kill style gameplay route, or you could go through and do like a full on lethal route, or you could do a mix of either. And every single stage that you did, that you made certain actions, it would change the way the game reacted to you. It would change the way the game presented challenges to you. And it did it in such a very balanced and very interesting way that kept Dishonored very interesting moving forward, right? And I think that Dishonored is a great way to describe, if they do that in a way that, like, in the same way, like if Resident Evil Requiem does that in the same way that Dishonored did, then it has a really high ceiling, right? But to your point, then they have to make the combat feel satisfying, not for Leon's section, which we already see, right? We already see that Leon's section is going to be satisfying, right? But like Grace's combat has to feel satisfying too. Otherwise, it's going to feel like you have to do it in a stealth way, and that really forces the gameplay pacing to slow down. It's interesting. And then my question is just like, why? You know what I mean? that's the last point that I'll make, is like, why do this, right? Like, you could have just made the entire game Leon or the entire game Grace, right? And I think it would have been just fine. But now you've got it split between the two, and now it's like, oh man, is this actually gonna work? Yeah, I've heard good things about Metro Exodus. I've not played that one personally. I have played Dishonored. I played the shit out of Dishonored. Dishonored is super fun. Actually, I feel like if you haven't played Dishonored, Larry, I feel like Dishonored is probably very much up your alley. I may have told you that before, but like Dishonored is a very good video game. And the stealth sections in that game, like being able to like sneak around and do things differently, like and in a non-lethal way too, is very, very entertaining. I enjoyed Dishonored a lot. And the action portions of it, where if you like chose to do the lethal route, those were also very fun. With all the little different powers and stuff that you got, the different ways you could use weapons, it was very, very fun. Very, very fun. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna like damn the game based on what I saw yesterday. It just has me with some doubts, is all. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was actually just talking with Lily about that the other day, where I was just like, that's the reason why, like, periodically in the Final Fantasy Marathon, I'll throw in like a retro month or something. Because like, if I just did Final Fantasy the entire time through, it would probably get pretty boring after a while, right? Because like, the games are different enough to keep it fresh, but when you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, it's like, oh Jesus, dude, I gotta take a break. Like, I gotta take a break. But yeah, I definitely don't blame you at all. Even when I was speedrunning Resident Evil, we had to have a palate cleanser every once in a while. Yep. Especially with Resident Evil, because Resident Evil, the games truly are basically the same thing. Like the differences between each Resident Evil game are so much. That's why I love Resident Evil 0 so much, because they dared to do something different. Now, granted, you'll notice that most of the people don't like the games that I like in the Resident Evil series. I liked Resident Evil 0 trying to do something different. Did they execute it very well? Hell no. It could have been done way better. Was it an interesting idea that I think they could have expanded upon? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I love the sense of discovery in Resident Evil 0. I love the inventory management and the way that it forced you to like consider where you were leaving items behind based on like certain enemy placements and certain like walks of the training facility that you had to go through, and like the underground research center that after that, and the sewers and stuff. It's just like there was just so many different ways that they did good, but because they executed it kind of poorly, it didn't land very well within the community. And then Resident Evil 6 actually had some of the best story and plot in the entire franchise. It was basically presented like a movie, but because you couldn't customize your gun loadouts, it made the combat get stale because you were just using the same guns over and over again. And after you find out which guns are good in Resident Evil 6 and which like skill trees, because they added skill trees instead of the merchant for some reason, once you figured out which skills were the best, you just didn't experiment with the other stuff, because why would you? When like the best options were right there. It's tough. But that actually, you know, supports my point too, right? Like it's difficult to see when they try to do experiments like this, they generally don't execute it very well. Yeah, Code Veronica is not a I think it's probably the dark horse of the series. So you either love it or hate it. Code Veronica. It's like that with Nemesis too, with RE3. It's a very love or hate game. RE3 is. Also, forgive me if you hear me like clear my throat or like that. Part of the side effects of that muscle relaxant is it gives me a dry mouth, and it like no matter how much water I drink, I'm just like constantly my throat just feels like I've been in the desert for a week. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. But I know we've done a tier list for Resident Evil before. But in terms of like actually ranking out the games, I don't think I've ever actually done like how I actually view the games personally. In terms of like 1st through 10th. Resident Evil 2 OG is probably my favorite game in the series because I think that they did a good job with the replayability in that one. I think is the highest because the A/B scenarios do a really good job of like mixing the plot up enough to make it interesting while also changing the gameplay enough to make it interesting and make like subsequent playthroughs more fun. Code Veronica is up there for me too. But I mostly just appreciated the plot of that one, I think, more than the actual gameplay. The gameplay itself was fine, right? It still plays like a Dreamcast game, you know what I mean? And it felt like a Dreamcast game at the time. Zero is up there for me. RE2 Remake is up there for me. RE1 Remake is up there for me. It's probably RE6 after that, unironically. It's RE5 or RE6 is one of the two. RE4 Remake's probably in the mix somewhere too. I'm just trying to think of the games that I constantly replayed, right? Like Resident Evil 2, I played a shit ton. Like I have that game basically everywhere you can have it. The only place I don't have RE2 right now is GOG. But RE2, I played an insane number of times. RE1 Remake, I played a lot too. RE5, I've played a lot. RE6, I've played a lot. Resident Evil 1 OG, I actually did not play that much. Most of the time I spent playing RE1 was in the speed runs. But yeah, I guess that's it, isn't it? Like, I really enjoyed the OG RE3, RE1, RE2, RE3. I liked RE0. I liked RE1, 2, 3, and 4 remakes. I liked RE5. I liked RE6. Revelations 1, I liked. The one in the boat. I did like that one. Resident Evil 2, or Revelations 2. I liked at the start, and I liked the concept that they were trying to accomplish with like having the co-op partner have like special abilities. So like Barry's partner was Natalia, and she could like see invisible things and point things out for Barry. And then Moira, which was Claire's partner in her section, she couldn't shoot a gun, but she had a crowbar, so she could open up certain areas that Claire couldn't. So it made it it was an interesting idea, at least. But ultimately, I think fell flat because the secondary character was basically little sister duty or little brother duty, whatever you prefer. Little sibling duty, more accurately. Which, like, if you've ever played Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and played as Tails, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where, like, there are times that you're useful, but most of the time you're not, and it feels pretty dumb to play that role. And that kind of, like, made it fall a little flat. I've made very vocal how I feel about 7 and 8. I don't like either of those games. 7 I dislike for a lot of reasons, right? Like, I really dislike 7. I think 7 is probably my least favorite game in the franchise. And I know that's a hot take, but like 7 is a game that I absolutely do not like. Village, I think, did a lot better in terms of like the gameplay portion of it. So I don't put Village anywhere near where I feel about 7. I would put 7 down in the same realm as like the Outbreak games, the Dark Side, the Chronicles games, like where I don't view any of those games very highly at all. They exist, they're fun enough to play like once, and then after you play them once, it's pretty much the end of it. I don't view it quite as low as like Dead Aim and Umbrella Corps and Survivor and Operation Raccoon. Hell, Operation Raccoon, I had more fun in Operation Raccoon City than I had in fucking Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 is the only Resident Evil game that I actually picked up and put down and never finished. I watched Markiplier and Jacksepticeye finish it on YouTube instead. Crazy. Yeah. It's amazing. There's so many Resident Evil games, dude. It's kind of similar to the Final Fantasy conversation too, right? That we've had before, where like I've mentioned before that Final Fantasy is a unique series where like you don't have to play every single Final Fantasy game. You can play the one that gels with you the most and like have fun with the game that you liked. And if it makes you want to go back and play the other games, you can play them. But if you don't have to, right? And that's fine. Resident Evil is kind of the same way, right? Like if you don't like 7 and 8, you don't have to play them. You can go back and play 6, 5, 4, the 3 remakes, the 2, 3, 4 remakes, right? Resident Evil 1 remake still out there. Now all the classics are on GOG, so you can get those on PC as well. Resident Evil 1 OG's on PlayStation. I think 2 and 3 are on PlayStation now as well. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time before those games end up finding their way onto Xbox and Switch as well. The OGs. So it's not like you can't play all the old games, but it just sucks because like I see how fun like the ideas are that they're trying to do. I just wish they're executing them a little bit better for me so I can actually enjoy the game the way that I feel like we all ought to, right? And that's the same way how I felt about Silent Hill F, right? And like Silent Hill F is not a bad game, right? By any stretch. Silent Hill F is a good game, right? But like for Silent Hill to not have a brand new game for 13 years without a brand new game, like outside of Silent Hill 2 Remake, which is a separate thing to me personally. But the combat to play like that, it felt like a slap in the face to me. And I don't even play those games. Like I don't even play those games. And I feel like that game, like there's no excuse for the combat to be as bad as it was. But, you know, yes. Yeah. Well, I watched that game a lot. Like, I've watched 3 people play through that game. I saw 2 people quit and 1 person finish it. Like, and again, like, just like for me, right? Like, I don't need the gameplay to be excellent to have fun. If the story's good, or if the characters are good, like if there's other portions of the game that are good enough to carry the weak portions, I'll work through the weak portions, right? Like I don't mind. I'm playing Digimon Story Time Stranger offline right now, and that game, I've had to mute it. The voice direction in that game is probably one of the worst I've seen in a modern game. It's not the voice actor's fault, I can tell you that, because some of the voice actors that are in that game are great voice actors, but the voice direction in that game feels terrible. It's the first time I've had to play a game on mute in a long time. I actually considered, I don't know if I can change, maybe I can change it to the Japanese voice actors and maybe that'll make it better. But like, man, it's not good. And I'm assuming the plot eventually is going to pick up. But right now I'm like 12 hours in or so, and I'm not impressed with that game. It's fun. Like the gameplay, the reason, and that's my point. Like the combat in that game is actually pretty fun, which is carrying most of my like concerns and complaints. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, that ended up being a lot longer winded conversation than I intended it to be, but the good news is that I'm you know, moderately excited about Requiem now, which is nice. Actually, make sure old Fossabot's here. Weird. Let me go check on that really quick. Where are you, Fossabot? It says it's here. It's not though. I tried parting it and rejoining. It might not actually be here yet because of it usually takes like 10 minutes. We'll see if it's there now. I just disabled it and re-enabled it. Maybe it'll show up now. Weird. All right, well, let's play Harvestella for a little bit. We're not gonna be able to play for very long now because I yapped for so long, but I appreciate the conversation. Like I said, I'm not trying to. I know it comes off as a little bit more disparaging than I intended to be, which is my fault. But I do think that overall that was a good showcase. I do think overall that they've shown enough to make people excited about the game, which is exciting. I have my share of concerns, and I'm certainly not trying to rain on anybody's parade with my my thoughts and my feedback on the game itself. I just you know, like I said, I just wish that the game was more like an evolution of what we used to have versus like trying to go into a brand new direction. Even though I can appreciate the reason why it may not go that way. But from my perspective, it makes it kind of difficult to enjoy. But this one seems like it is trying to appease to me at least, which is nice. Much to the chagrin of other people that probably don't want it, but I do. And you know what? Sometimes I'm allowed to be selfish. It's fine. Oh, God. Oh, where did we even leave off? Yes, I will be streaming that one for sure. Because that... We're off to a good start. I already wasted a juice. That one's actually going to have games that I'm very interested in. Oh, I forgot the name of it already. Something of something. The Game Freak game is going to be there. And then the other thing that I was looking forward to is that Fable said that they were going to be there, and I want to see new Fable footage. Feast of Reincarnation, that's the one. That's it. But yeah, those two games alone has me very interested in checking that out. So yeah, we'll definitely be watching that one for sure. Oh, okay. All right. So it's 7:40 a.m. Did I do all of my farming stuff? Looks like it. Oh, maybe not. Sick.
Looks like some of the crops are ready for harvest.
It's almost like I just said that. And then we've got what? Sleep in your bed after completing a day's activities. Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun. Oh, we just have to go back to the Coral Shrine. That's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm excited. I love video games. I love video games.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
But yeah, that was the main reason why I had decided not to stream the showcase too. Not to mention, like, I wasn't feeling the best, which is part of it as well. But the last thing I want to do is rain on people's parade. You know what I mean? Like, if people are having fun with the game and they're excited for Requiem, I don't want to be the guy that's just like, you know, kind of ruining their fun with it, because that's not my intent, right? I just have my concerns and my criticisms, and like, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to sugarcoat it and make it seem like I'm going to be more excited about something than I am, because then that's a little disingenuous from my perspective, and I refuse to be that way. I am going to be me, and that is perfectly fine. Well, I hope you're feeling better today. Oh, Gary, you came. Bartender gave me the day off. He said I deserved to take it easy after I worked so hard at the vigil. He was right, you do deserve it. In that case, so do you, Gary. Why? I don't deserve no fucking day off. Hello? I got shit to do. It's nice to come here now that everything has calmed down. Last time I was here, I was running away from Shatola. You were having a tough time. I was. But today I'd like to speak to my mother. I have so much to say. I'd like you to come too, Gary. Me? Because I finally found it. The thing I want to do. I've been thinking about it this entire time. About what I can do for the Sirens. About what I can do to make sure that they are remembered. My mother, everyone. And that's to continue living on the surface. As the last Siren, the diva of Shatola. That way I can pass down our story from generation to generation. I can tell people about the Sirens and the curse of their hopes that transformed into Lorelei. I won't let them be forgotten. I will help them live on forever. So you've decided? That's what she just said. Neither one of those options was good. That's right. Gary, this is what I'm going to do. So, will you continue to help me? I always intended to, Princess Emo. Meep. Heine calls me that. I prefer if you didn't join him. It's fair. Mother, everyone. I've made friends with so many people who I hold so dear. I may be alone, but I'm okay. I don't cry anymore. So I hope you can find peace, but please keep watching over me. You can say more if you'd like. Let's go, Gary. The people of Shatola are waiting, and besides, we've still got a whole adventure ahead of us. All right, let's get moving. Okay. This will be our first maxed out friend. Mother, everyone, farewell. I promise I'll be back soon. Bam! Magic defense, physical defense plus 10. We get 3 Lorelei's tears. That's it. Done. Didn't even get a ding dang achievement. What's the point? Now where to? Let's see. We've got... Oh, right. We can meet with Braca. We can do Aesol. Heine's on the bottom of my list. All right, let's go say hi to Braca then. Whee! This town, I don't know if I've mentioned this before. This town reminds me of Tales of Symphonia so much. Equipment service, supplies are packed. Can't imagine anyone will come through here, but maybe I should leave a trap just in or anyway. All done. Now it's time to... Gary, you're becoming a thorn in my side. What are you doing? Getting ready for the job. Nothing you should be concerned about. Your letter said our contract was void. I meant that when I wrote. Is there anything else? I'm going with you. Don't make me say it again. I will face Amadeus alone. I must get my revenge, and I won't let anyone stand in my way. Rock is ready to throw his life away fighting Amadeus. But where could that beast be hiding? This is a map of settlements around Leth. There's a circle drawn over the forest on the west side of the Nord Steppe. That must be where Rabraka is. Find the forest on the west side of the bridge to the Nord Steppe. You okay? I swear to God. This dude done pissed me off. Certainly it's not in the Unicorn Forest. That'd be weird. No. Okay. Just making sure. Found it. No sign of anyone around. Is I too late? Start by searching the perimeter for any villagers. I made it just in time. Harry, the hell are you doing here? You left the map on your desk. I see. Come to be a hero, have you? Thought I was throwing my life away? And you're not going to listen when I tell you to leave, I bet. Thought I heard someone making a racket by the entrance. Who are you two? And what are you doing here? Have you heard of an Amadeus? Don't just throw that name around like it's nothing. He'll run away if he finds out. Amadeus? Don't tell me. Are you two friends of old Professor Amadeus? What? Professor? Sorry to disappoint you, though. You see, the professor is... Where is he? Tell me now! Well, if you go further in, you'll... But hold up a minute! What's with that guy? Thanks for your help. Right, sure. Don't tell me Amadeus is... Yeah. What happened to him? Why is this here? Where's Amadeus? Did he leave already? Amadeus is dead. Who's there? I killed him. That grave marker is proof. You killed Amadeus? That's right. My name is Moldor. Like you, I was a man hunting the Hallowed for revenge. So you... But how? Do you have a weapon like my holy rifle? Holy rifle? You don't know? I refuse to believe that. Doesn't matter, Amadeus is dead. Isn't that enough? I'm sorry for snatching your prey, but my work here is done. You're not gonna say anything? So that's it? My revenge is... Where are you going? Back to Argen. You can do whatever you like. Yeah, okay. Well, that seemed pointless. Oh, I got some level up here. Okay, what we got? Increase brake fill gauge. I'd rather enhance my physical or normal attack. I'll just save the job points for now. Oh, the duelist had one too. Oh, we got the third tier for this one. I didn't even realize because we got the we finished her. Well, we didn't finish it though, did we? No, we didn't. But I guess it was good enough. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Ah. All right, sick. Shortened job change cooldown. Twilight's End. A series of rapid slash attacks centered on the target has higher attack power against targets with status ailments. Oh, cool. Increased critical rate. Increases shadow standard and increases worm eat and do. Nice. So this is the like the ultimate attack of the job then. Cool. All right, that's sick. Yeah, there's nothing else for us to do right now, so I guess we just fish until it's time to sleep. May as well make some money, right? Speaking of Tales of Symphonia, by the way, I have not gotten a ton of work done on the retro achievements for that. I have been doing some grinding just to try to get some of the... I'm trying to get as much done in that first playthrough as I can before I go into the Mania playthrough. Because in order to unlock all the stuff for the grade shop for the Mania playthrough, you have to do a whole bunch of combat and stuff anyways. So I was working on getting the Devil Arms quest done, which takes a little bit of grinding. But yeah, once I get all that done and then get it all set up, I'll start working on the Mania playthrough, and then we'll, like I said, I'll stream the difficult fights here on YouTube. That way we still got all that in the playlist for everybody. But that Mania playthrough is gonna be pretty tough, so. Unless I get the Devil Arms unlocked, then it shouldn't be too bad. Oh boy. Okay. You know, I haven't looked up anything about this game except for how many chapters there were, so I can have an idea of like how much longer I had in the game. I wonder if I should look up like what the easiest way is to make money. I just assumed it was fishing, but maybe there's another way that's easier. I definitely don't think that fighting in dungeons is how you make money. You know, the drops that you get don't sell for enough when you actually do get drops, which is not very frequently. Yeet. Let's see. Macon, honey, Harvestella. Oh, fishing is bad. Great. Good. Good. Hmm. Pumpkin fall. Yeah. Hmm. That was fast. That herring wanted to be caught. Boop, 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 boop. Hit the button too much. There we go. All right. Basically, I'm just gonna continue doing it how I want to. I think that's what I learned from my 3-minute stint into the different post I found on Google. Because most of them were just like, oh, just make all the food for all the people. It's just like, yeah, but I gotta find all the ingredients for all the people to make all the food. And they're just like, oh yeah, just find them. Okay, thanks. That's helpful. At the end of the day, me doing all this fishing is just like killing time anyways. I didn't really have anything else to do today besides like meet up with some friends, and I don't really care to. Yeet. I probably should care to though, because they give stats. Yeah, well. Oh, there was a side quest here too. I didn't even realize. I thought we did all the side quests here. Take me home. Box, there we go. I'm gonna put all the consumable stuff away so I don't accidentally make it again. And then I need to start stocking up on winter stuff, right? Cabbage is fine. Chili plant's fine. But yeah, I need to start finding some of the winter stuff. We can start prepping for that. And we should check the store at this book too. Obviously, we're not gonna be able to do wheat right now because it's not the right season. Low coconut. Yeah, the watermelons. I don't even know where these are. Cabbage, curry herbs. Cabbage we can do in the winter, right? Nitro pineapple. See, like some of these I've never even seen. Of caranoid, I don't even know what that is. I do feel sleepy, you're right. Midnight. So here you were, Dianthus. Were you able to confirm the information on the girl that Geist captured? Yes, I synchronized with the Gestalt sphere. I did not recognize her as a girl of reason. And that leaves the question, what is to be found at the Lost Gaia coordinates that Geist left behind? If it leads the girl to the truth, then we might be able to proceed with the future we envisioned. Agreed. We found more, although this is still under investigation. Geist's Virgilis sector showed traces of independent research that he ain't engaged in. Perhaps opening that door will provide us with more information. Geist was doing research in secret. Apparently so. I will continue running cryptanalysis on the doors locked and let you know once I find anything. Very good. Interesting. See? All that and we got $3,000. Nothing. Does it still just wait? Oh, check the note that's on the table. Arya left a letter. Come to the northern plains once you're done with the farm work. Yeah, okay. Now and forever. Gary, I thought I would never find a way to thank you for all your help, but I finally did. I will share your story, the story of my dearest friend who saved the sirens, who saved me. Thank you for everything. Victory against the Omens. Greetings, citizens. We are pleased to announce that we, the Kingdom Brigade, have defeated the Omens in battle. During the final battle, an illumination of the Siege Light was confirmed in each area of the kingdom. This is testament to the great protection that the Siege Light granted us in our final battle. Please rest assured that we will remain undefeated for as long as the Siege Light continues to shine in our favor. Dear Retainer, have you been well? It is your master, Unicorn. This sudden letter may come as a surprise. There's good reason behind it. You see, I have some business at Castle Lewis, or rather the Castle of Illusion, and request the assistance of my loyal retainer. I trust you will oblige, seeing that it is the duty of the retainer to obey their lord. I will await you in the front of the castle. Yours truly, Unicorn. I have something I wish to discuss with you. It is a problem that I cannot solve on my own, and so I will require the assistance of an able such as yourself. I will be waiting aboard the airship. Please come and see me if you make the time. Interesting. Oh, we don't have the farm, or we don't have the water today. Let's go.
Hello, little crappies. Hello, little crappies. Hello, little crappies. Begging to be harvested.
There.
Good morning.
Sick. Head down to the cave real quick.
Hello, little crappies. Hello, little crappies.
Sick. Some ore. What's that? Oh, that's right. We don't have the level 2 repair kits yet. Well, now we have a couple of options. There's a, okay. Head to the village square in the north of Lath. Okay.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
You know, that actually reminds me. I haven't checked the renovator in a while. Did I get all of the upgrades to the farm that we wanted? I'll wait for 20 minutes. In-game 20 minutes, not real 20 minutes.
morning.
Oh, it just expands the farm. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we want this even. I don't even use all the
Please,
farm space that we have
come
now.
again.
And then you needed 10,000, right? Ah, so you found my letter. Whoa. Why is everyone here? Did you forget? We're here to see what is the memory chip that Guy left behind. Perry asked me and Nemo to come here not long ago. Same. And my poor wings are so tired. Arya treats us fairies with such cruelty. Yes, yes, you'll still get your Pico apple when we're done. I better, you promised, remember? I'll see you later, Gary. I've still got work to do at the farm. What's inside that memory chip? Good question. I have a general idea how this thing works, but I'm not an expert. Dianthus might know more. Would you mind sharing your knowledge? Apologies. Even now, we're restricted by severe information controls. The Castle of Illusion is in a state of upheaval following Geist's attack. I was barely given permission to join you. You mean to monitor us? Just say it how it really is. That is not the truth of it. The information within Geist's memory chip is of great value to us as well. However, we decided there was more value in guaranteeing your safety on whatever path you take. Another part of your mysterious Prime Directive? Not that we have any idea what that actually entails. Though I suppose you still can't divulge any details either. I'm afraid not. Doesn't matter. We could use their help in a pinch. We're gonna find out for ourselves anyway once we've learned how to use the memory chip. So, how do we use it? I remember seeing a terminal on this crystal-looking thing that we probably insert this into. Oh, here it is. Look. I just do this. Oh! Open sesame. Okay, let's see what's inside. Crystal interior. It's pitch black, just like before. Is this the crystal you arrived in, Arya? Then that would mean that this is I found the power. Oh! I've never seen anything like this. It doesn't even look real. It's like a ship. Isn't that obvious? And if Arya arrived in this thing, then that would make it a time machine. A time machine? A ship that can cross time itself, so it really does exist. How marvelous! This was made in Arya's time? It couldn't have been. Even I've never seen a real time machine. That's not to say we've never theorized it, but it wasn't something we were able to realize. That's why I always assumed my arrival was the result of a time disaster or something along those lines. Arya, I found a hole here like the one before. Nice find. Let's see what happens if we use the memory chip again. Territory shift program activated. Coordinates confirmed. Location not found in database. Environment unknown. Unable to confirm survivability. Please read life support policy and acknowledge. Acknowledged. Are you sure we don't want to give that a thorough read? We don't have the time. Acknowledgement confirmed. Please use the console once preparations are complete. Wait, what was that part about survivability? Dianthus, is this really okay? You can tell us that much, right? Even I have no knowledge of what awaits us on the other side. I can provide you no solace. We'll be fine! There's always a degree of risk when it comes to science. Okay, Gary, push that switch whenever you're ready. Didn't you be the one to press it? Me, but I'm the brains of this operation. You're our fearless leader. Everyone's just following your lead. There don't seem to be any objections. Great. Okay. Pressing the switch. Departure confirmed. Territory shift sequence engaged. Extreme turbulence expected. Passengers should take caution. Uh-oh. There are no seats? Well, I hope the fairies take care of the farm. Curiouser and curiouser. Going to have to fix you up your proper, huh? Not sure if our manual will be of use to any use of your kind, so I brought the super old one just in case. Does talking to you even help if you're unconscious? Oh dear. How do you reboot a human that might be unconscious? Hey, that's Seth Dianthus is calling for you. She says she has a question about the sky whale. Again? Ugh. Can't they just relax a sec? I hate how they're being so pushy. I'm not even any good at handling the sky whale anyway. Its mouth is majorly creepy. Look, I'm just passing down the message. Alrighty. Your pal's calling for me. I'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. Seriously, they appear out of nowhere and start bossing us around like they own the place. That Geist was also... What? It's nice to meet you. Or should I say, welcome back. I'm sorry for taking so long to get here. You arrived much sooner than I expected. But it's fine. It's time to wake up, Gary. I'd like you to go back to where you belong. What the heck? Abandoned Eden. What's this? You're awake. It's good to see you up and about. I never thought I'd ever see a human belongs here or beings here. Life here may be slow, but it stretches on for quite some time. Where am I? You're in Abandoned Eden, the failed paradise, or rather the deserted paradise. By the by, should you be slacking off? Your friends are already working hard to open the partition. Why don't you go look for them? All right. Repair kits too, we can't use those yet. Time to look for treasure.
Don't get caught by that macrophage.
What? Eden rice seeds. Makoko sapling. Lost traditional recipes. Oh. Look at all these recipes. Oh, the bond level 2. I'm only 200 off. Well, that stinks. All right, well, I'll buy the recipes for now then. Bear scroot in the summer. Summer and fall for the rice. We could do the rice at least. What do you want? Oh, you want food. I don't have any of this, I don't think. Man, I wish we would have had enough money for the, Oh, we can't activate it? Heck. So obviously we're gonna come back here then. Okay. That sucks. I really wanted to get the level 2 bomb. It's dangerous in there, but that makes me want to go in even more. Oh, it's fine. Oh. You received the valuable casket record middle. Whatever that means. Next, I should move this. Is that right? I think so. I'm having some trouble with how complex this is. Hey, you over there. Stop staring and let us a hand, won't you? No can do, sis. If you want to go outside, then it's up to you to figure out how. You should be grateful that I'm even giving you instructions. Fine. Emo, would you mind? I'm terrible at these kind of things. Oh, sure. How curious. Gary, you came at just the right time. What are you up to? Looks like we have some awkward hoops to jump through if we want to leave this abandoned Eden. Would you mind taking something to Dianthus for me? Here you are, thank you. I'd like you to ask Dianthus and the others what this is. We're a bit too busy to do it ourselves, you see. Sure. Meep? Emo, what happened? It feels like there's an invisible stinging jellyfish, maybe. Meep? Ouch! Shrika, what the heck is this thing? Is there some kind of monster I can't see? What's with you two? You're being so melodramatic. Why would there be a monster here? Ow! Very well. That's the way you want to do things? Shrika? You can't. We'll be locked in here for good, remember? Then I'll bring the whole damn wall down. Shrika, don't do this! They don't know what electricity is, so... Lamau. Searching around, seeing if there's any goodies hiding. Looking like no right now, though. Oh! Thought you could hide from me. Magic words to open a closed door. Do not make the same choice. Okay. Magic words to open a closed door. 2 is odd, 3 is even. Oh, I see what they're saying. Okay. Magic words to open a closed door. It begins from 0. Okay. Puzzling. This is where I started, yeah.
Be wary of the thought maze.
I have so many questions.
Don't you want to go to sleep soon?
Okay, let's just head to Dianthus. You can cut the tension with a knife. Is there any reason you two won't lend me a hand? I'm busy counting the marks on the wall. You're doing the wall? I was checking the ceiling. What are you two talking about? Sometimes mercenaries have to take it slow and wait for opportunity to strike. You learn pretty quick you need to achieve a Zen-like state if you want to pass time quickly. Or to put it in more appropriate terms, you're killing time, is that right? Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Come on now, enough games. You know as well as I do, there isn't a single speck of dirt in that wall. You're right, these walls suck. Agreed. I should have picked up more of a fuss when we were deciding teams. That's on you. Mercenary brain like mine is best used for fighting, not annoying finicky stuff like that. We would only slow you down, honestly. What a sad thing to say. Ruminate on that for just a moment. No thank you. What's this? You're awake, huh? Thank goodness, I feared my heart might stop from such exciting conversation. Everything okay? Doesn't matter now. Would you lend me a hand? There's something I want you to take to Dianthus. It's rather delicate. Definitely not something I can trust either of these two to handle. Thanks in advance. Estina. What about that? Could be worth counting. If you don't think it'll be too hard. Bizarre. Feels like someone's eyes are burrowing into the back of my head. Weirdos. Apple juice. A little concerning that they're giving us all these healing items, by the way.
Boredom's going to get the better of me.
Oh, first this area was dangerous, and now I can just walk right in, huh? Great partition. All right, Arya, would you mind handling that equipment over there? Sure, no problem. Say, Dianthus, how much do you know about who I am? Why do you ask? Well, then perhaps that would make you the Harbinger? Geist, he had a lot to say. He was one of you at some point, right? So I thought, if you want to know what exactly it is you are, then we'll likely find your answer up ahead. It's something you need to witness for yourself. That is all I can say to the matter. But... Oh, Gary, you were asleep for a while. We're already almost finished. What is everyone doing? We're trying to get out of this abandoned Eden. We had to split up to work on getting the partition open. It also sounds like Geist was here at some point too and was able to get out the same way. But I don't think following his lead is going to be the best way to go about this. Still, we had to stop whatever he had planned before we really got to know his true intentions. That's why it's our responsibility to understand him. Agreed. What are you holding, Gary? You were asked to bring these? Then if I install them here, maybe. I think that should do it. Let's call everyone back here. You really wish to leave? Oh, give me a break. We already told you guys why. I'm only making sure. Geist ventured out of this place the same way you are about to now, and returned to shadow of his former self, like he was a completely different being. You still wish to go? If that's where the truth lies. If that's your answer, then very well. Jabberwocky, go with him, please. You wanted to go outside, right? Now's your chance. Right. Nice to meet you. I'll open the partition. Let's go. Watch your step and stay safe. Oh. Panthalassa Junction. This is what Geist saw. It must have been. So we really found the coordinates to Lost Gaia. This place. You recognize something, Arya? No, nothing. Let's continue. There are more places you must see waiting for us. That's the end of chapter 5. Break time conversations will not happen anymore. Okay. So I'm trapped here. No, I'm gonna return home. I'm confused. What do you mean? All right, well, let's go, I guess.
That was a walk in the park.
Okay. May as well fight, right?
That was a good workout.
Nothing over there. Cracks have formed in the crumbling road, but looking closer, you see something shining from inside one of the cracks. I'm gonna grab it. Reach your hand into the tight space and pull something free. It's an item. You received an empty battery. Cool. Path beneath your feet rumbles. Cracks that you retrieved the item from is beginning to widen. Road could crumble any minute. Shaking subsides. Looks like the crisis has been averted. That would have sucked. Boy, I already regret leaving all my food at home.
Thank you. Let's get this over with.
I should probably switch to the range class for this. Okay, that's clearly where we're supposed to go, so let's go up here. Boo! Chest.
Shall we begin?
Full battery, pyro liquid, let's go. Can't just jump down there. Ooh. Oh, I can't take a break because we have no food. Trying to make sense of this place, but the scene just gets more and more bizarre the longer you look at it. Hard to breathe. Where are we? What is all this? Those ruins stretch out forever. Is this some kind of abandoned ghost town? Almost. This is Panthaleza Junction, the long route that humanity made before the end, crossing the planet. The end? Yes, the end of the world. The Queen ordered it. There were humans here before like you. They welcomed the end. Before us. Former humans tried to fix our world, or fix world inequality by creating a glass net all around the planet that could transfer information at the speed of light. They used to think that the reason people couldn't get along was because of time differences and distance. But in the end, all that light rushing around the planet only revealed humans' lack of understanding of each other. The human mind is not a standardized part, so in the end, they never managed to understand each other. It's just like how two cogs with different teeth don't work together. But humans couldn't accept that they were all simply different. They tried a different tactic. This time, they tried to unite the world by connecting every landmass. They had succeeded in that massive task. This junction is the long route that ties together all former nations of the world. But even though they succeeded in connecting all the land, their wish still didn't come true. No matter how they tried to pick up the pieces of the broken mirror, it would never reflect the world brightly again. Now this, Panthalassa, is what's left of their empty prayers, and their wish to unite the oceans. Said that. A fishing spot!
That was a good workout. Thank you.
Let's get this over with. That was a good call.
Just one. Yep. Peculiar Barracuda. Alright, there's a big scary enemy up here. Two of them, actually. Looks like we want to go right first. Or maybe up the stairs here.
Let's get this over with.
That was a good workout.
I am cooked.
Thank you.
Gotta eat potatoes just to get my stamina back up. Oh man, I'm getting hungry.
Let's get this over with. a walk in the park.
Okay. I don't think we can beat that.
Thank you.
The road is heavily damaged and littered with debris. You might find something if you search through the rubble. Yep. You search through the debris and a hard-shelled monster appears, but it doesn't move. Oh, seems it's already dead. You see something fall to the ground. The creature must have been holding it. You received a killer pick. Oh, it's money. Cool. I'm gonna operate under the impression that red is bad, and we're just gonna go the other way.
Let's get this over with.
I'm right. What's that? That's where we're going next. There's something you should see over there. You okay? You can now travel through Panthalassa Junction on the world map. Cool. It's a whole other world. Phantasmorgia? Well, this is another weird place. There's something kind of sad about it. This is called Phantasmorgia, right? Morgoria? Good lord. P. You've been here before, Arya? How? I think I told you about it once, didn't I, Gary? About this place called the theme park that we had in our time. Is this the place? Yes. I mean, the situation is different now, but I'm sure this is... Welcome to Phantasmorgia, where the unchanging past comes to life. Are you ready to travel back in time to the wonderful nostalgia? Well, it's a little run down to say the least. Oh yeah, I remember those little guide robots. Search complete. Stand by for automatic narrative. What was that? I wonder. Wow, Mommy, Daddy, where did you go? Please don't leave me behind. Is that little Arya? Who's that girl? She looks lost. You mean there are people living among these ruins? Are you okay, sweetie? Are you on your own? Yeah, they're gone. Oh dear. What are you thinking? You want to bring us with us? Want to bring her with us? I can't just leave her. You're right. That girl. No one else recognized it, huh? Well, unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to call it for today. I hate to leave it on a cliffhanger, but my shoulder's starting to hurt. I gotta stop. Dang it! This game's getting interesting, dude. What's going on? Now I'm like, this is completely separate from everything we have done so far. This feels like this feels like Nier Automata. Like, I'm super confused. That's true. That's pretty true. Interesting. Man. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. We will be live again tomorrow. We're going to be doing Persona 5 The Phantom X tomorrow. I've got some stuff that I want to grind up, and having a reason to do it makes me able to actually do it. So, so I'm going to play it on stream tomorrow. It should be fun. And yeah, I'll give you guys a little account update and all that. It should be a good time. But I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. For the folks that are here live, appreciate y'all watching. For the folks that are watching the VOD, hope you're enjoying the Harvestella series so far. If you're interested in checking out our other series here on YouTube, I have them all in playlist on my channel. So you can check them out at the end of the video here, or you can just go to my profile, go to playlist, and find whichever game jives with you. I appreciate y'all. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you for tomorrow's stream for some Persona 5. And as always, we'll see you again in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.